Wellness Warriors, welcome to this training. Today I'm going to be teaching about abundance. Now this is a very close topic to my heart because I'm a person who has moved beyond a great deal of scarcity in my life. I used to be very scarce around money, around finances, and just around this whole concept of abundance. But what I've since learned and the transition I've gone through from being that scarce little person is now I'm in a state of abundance. Now, it's a totally new way to look at life, totally new way to look at yourself. And essentially, the transition that I've gone through means that I no longer think in terms of what is currently in my bank account. I no longer think in terms of if I was to list all of my physical possessions and put a price tag on them, that's how much resources that I have access to. I actually, believe it or not, this might sound a bit crazy to some people, but I actually see resources as infinite now. So I'm just going to run you through the process of going from that scarce mindset to an abundant mindset. I'm going to explain what it means for you. And I'm also going to cut through a lot of the woo-woo stuff that I think a lot of people get hung up on. I certainly used to get hung up on all of these concepts of the law of attraction and just thinking yourself into being a millionaire and all that stuff, which can be a big barrier for people. I really do understand. I've been there myself. So the number one thing that I want you to think about is I want you to think about the fact that everything you have in your life was given to you. Absolutely everything. Even the things that you think you worked for, they were given to you. From the moment you were born, you woke up, you became a living, conscious human being, and you realized that you had this incredible body. You realized that you had hopefully 4 limbs and a functional mind and eyes that could see and all these senses that were just simply given to you. And you immediately started perceiving stimulus from the outside world. And as you went through life, you discovered that there was oxygen in abundance to be breathed. There were plants everywhere you went. There was this nature around you everywhere you went, an abundance of nature which just continues to grow and grow and grow, except where we human beings impede its growth. And the sun, the light of the sun, the birds that sing so sweetly in the morning, all of these things are free and they're abundant. And if you look into the actual nature of the universe, you look out beyond our solar system, beyond our galaxy, and there's just this universe which is just full, brimming with energy and abundance, and it goes on literally forever. We think we can trace the outskirts of where it is, but every time we get convinced that we've found the outskirts, we realize that it just goes on even further. And then on a microscopic level, we look down and get deeper and deeper, and we go down to the atom level, and we go down into quarks and leptons, and then we burrow even further down, and we're still figuring this stuff out, and we've got all these theories that try and explain this stuff. But essentially, I say all of that so that you understand that the universe is abundant. The only thing that cuts that abundance off is ourselves and our own scarce mindset. And what it all really comes down to is your desire. It doesn't come down to you doing some chant or some mental exercise where you just imagine yourself having $1 million and then bang, $1 million just appears. There's an element of that in this process, but really it comes down to if you can be as expansive as possible, if you can think of what you truly, truly want, and you can really connect to that on the deepest level possible. And this takes time. This isn't something that you just do in 5 minutes. You need to sit down and really think about this and allow your heart and your sense of cause to determine this. This is where it comes down to your heart level motivations. It's not about you strategizing about how you can get rich and give yourself huge significance by climbing up some hierarchy of human social significance, because that's coming from ego. And this is where a lot of people get caught out, because they look at principles like the law of attraction and they try and twist it for their own ego. And ultimately that can work, but it's not going to land you in a good place. If it's ego focused, it's not going to land you in a good place. So I'm telling you this from the outset so that you understand, if you want to experience real fulfillment that lasts, come from a place of cause. So start with desire,